When it comes to North American pro karting, the 125 Pro Senior class is just insane. I mean, you cannot find in another form of motorsport 20 to 25 drivers week in, week out with the ability to qualify in the top 5, to race for the win anywhere you go in terms of both equipment and ability. The depth of talent through the field is just massive. You have IndyCar champions, NASCAR champions come and run against these guys year after year, and they find themselves just happy to be inside the top 10. Kyle Larson, NASCAR Cup Series champion for 2021, ran 15th at GoPro Motorflex of the U.S. Pro Kart Series. I mean, this class has so much competition. It is so tightly packed. You could qualify on the pole one day. You could come back the very next day at the same racetrack, qualify at the same time, or even just a tenth or 2/10 slower. All of a sudden, you're 22nd because the field found that much more pace. And that's before we even get to the racing action, which is unreal.
Hi, I'm Bob Jenkins, and welcome to the Freedom 100 on Racing Nation TV.
When it comes When it comes to North American pro karting, the 125 Pro Senior class is just insane. I mean, you cannot find in another form of motorsport 20 to 25 drivers week in, week out with the ability to qualify in the top 5, to race for the win anywhere you go in terms of both equipment and ability. The depth of talent through the field is just massive. You have IndyCar champions, NASCAR champions come and run against these guys year after year, and they find themselves just happy to be inside the top 10. Kyle Larson, NASCAR Cup Series champion for 2021, ran 15th at GoPro Motorflex of the U.S. Pro Kart Series. I mean, this class has so much.
Welcome to the third annual Save the Freedom 100, presented by myself, Racing Nation TV. My name is Kyle Cuthbertson. Join alongside me today will be none other than Joe Donahue and his handsome self, and Matt Skipper. Joe, this is going to be something. This is going to be a pack race. This is going to be just full of excitement. There's no LCQ this year, so we're just going to get straight into the race after this 15-minute qualifying session. and it should be a good one.
Yes, it is objectively going to be something. Something will happen during the third installment of the Save the Freedom 100 here on Racing Nation TV. Blessed to be back in the booth alongside you, Kyle. I've always loved coming out to Indy, whether in person or virtually, because when you do it virtually, you don't have to drive all the way. But when you do it in person, it's a pretty special experience. We got to do that for the first time this year with Matt Skipper, and Matt Skipper joins us now for the first time at the Save the Freedom 100. We are in qualifying, currently watching Aiden Walker go around the facility, get his warm-up lap done. Matt, welcome to the booth. How are you feeling? Are you ready for whatever objectively is going to happen tonight?
Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to come in, first of all. But Joe, to answer your question, of course I am excited for this. I've been on the sidelines watching this on streams the past 2 years, and just all the awesome racing, especially last year with Cole winning, and the inaugural Freedom 100 was something special, and I'm just glad I finally am able to be here and get to call this with you guys. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be awesome.
Absolutely, it's going to be. And Kyle, we're watching Aiden Walker out on track try to put in a qualifying run, and I know there's been a lot of spicy talk about using the aprons in qualifying, but I think you might have fixed it for everybody. It seemed like we're not going to be able to do that with the setup this year.
And he's on it as he goes into turn one. Yeah, as you say, you're not able to use the apron this year in qualifying. They used to be a thing that we used to let happen in qualifying only because there was no real way to enforce it. But this year, iRacing actually did something cool in the Indy Pro 2000 series, or I guess it'd be USF Pro this year. They did a thing on the official series where they did IMS Oval. Not going to say it's because of us, but I'm just going to think it because I want to feel like we're doing something. But there's an official setup this year. So on qualifying, you can't actually use the warm-up lane to gain time. This would have been way easier for us in the past, but this year we have it. Unfortunately, no LCQ this year. We just decided not to do it. Save us a little bit of time. Just, get all of that out of the way. Let's just get straight to racing. As you can see here, though, David Land on his qualifying lap using the warm-up lane in turn 4. Now, it's too fast to use the warm-up lane in 1 and in 3. It just understeers too much, and you're going to go into the grass, and you're going to get your time disallowed. But, if you can try and make it happen in turns 2 and turns 4, you'll probably get a better time. But like I said, no LCQ this year, so, no biggie if you can't figure out the way to go fast here in qualifying.
Yeah, so this year, fortunately for everybody who has joined, they won't have to worry about that. Usually makes a pretty exciting race and show for us, but we've got, let's see how many made the call. So we are at about, I'm going to say 32. 32. Thank you for the clarification, Matt.
32.
That's 32. Damn, we were one away. We could have had a full 33 grid. Man. Oh, well. Hey, the first car to win the Indy 500 was number 32. Maybe that's more special than some representative.
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, this is the Freedom 100, not the Indy 500. We can't take that credit. But nonetheless, 20 of the 32 drivers have set qualifying times so far. Dylan Wylazinski, I think I got that right. Damn. In the number 73 car, sets the fastest time so far. You see him on a cool-down lap here. David Land, Cole Freilich, Andrew Brodsky, and Nate Stewart make up the rest of the top 5. And that is
the CFM Esports Armada here taking 2nd through 5th on the boards. David Land, he's had some tough luck in this event. Gotten in a few incidents over the years. It'd be really interesting to see him starting up front and see what he can do. Cole Freilich, as of right now, we don't have Michael Cozy in the race. We'll see if he's a late join or not. But as of right now, Cole Freilich would be the only former winner of the field in the 3rd spot right now in the kart chaser number 15. Andrew Brodsky, he's been in this thing, didn't make it through the LCQ last year. He's looking for redemption.
Yeah, how about that? He finished 2nd in the first one, and he did not get into the second one there. Matt Skipper, There are a couple of guys going out around the track right now. Anybody catching your eye of the guys who haven't set lap times yet? River Page just puts in a lap time. I see Bobby Blazer, Kyle Tupper. Moonhead hasn't set a lap yet. Why don't we check out Moonhead? Matt Skipper, we got the 01 car on the screen.
Yep, we got the 01 of Travis Brown out on the track now, and he's going to be one to watch. I know he enjoys doing these special events. He's going to go 23rd right now with a 55.9. I mean, you can look throughout the charts. Everybody is in the 55-second range. So except for one, but I mean, they're so close when it comes to times. Another guy to not go out yet is Drayton Knowles. I expect him to be up in the top 5. Another CFM driver, if I'm not mistaken. Kyle Tupper, Alex Anderson. It's going to be a very equal field when it comes to who's going to be up at the front by the end. I mean, you even look at the top 5, and you mentioned it. David has had bad luck. You can be sure that he's going to be aggressive in trying to stay up at the lead, as long as Cole Freilich, former winner, Brodsky, I expect him to be a little conservative. But, I mean, just the whole field has a shot to win tonight.
100% true, Skip. 100% true. And I think Drayton was here for both of the last two, and I don't think he made the feature for either of them. Is that correct, or did he make the first Freedom 100? Did he qualify for that? I don't remember, but he's been here for both.
I believe he has been here for both. I think he finished top 5 in the first Freedom 100, and then did not make last year's, which was a surprise to the CFM members. Yeah. But I mean, you should. Brodsky will be up there. He's got a great shot to win.
Yes, and so here is Ethan Harrison with the Limeade Media Machine. He is going to set a lap time that brings him to 24th, and that is not. Well, actually, it went to 8th. So the .203 brought him all the way up to 8th spot. Not too bad of a starting spot, but, I mean, Kyle, I don't know. Yeah, you want to start in a good spot, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, it really doesn't make much of a difference. This is going to be a pack race, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see 3 wide, 4 wide. Guys aren't going to be able to get away from each other. These cars just don't have the horsepower. They don't have an oval kit, so they have a lot of downforce on them for being on an oval. And, yeah, it's going to be a pack race. One thing interesting that we've seen in recent years that, you know, we're going to want to watch for is bump drafting is a thing. And if you bump draft too hard, the front wing is just going to crumble, and you're going to lose a few miles per hour in the clean air. As we see Drayton Knowles with a big moment. Oh, couldn't save it.
Crash.
That's what I'm talking about. When you use that warm-up lane on qualifying, you're really just threading the needle. But you have to do it to get that extra speed. You're just really riding a fine line of disaster.
Yeah. This makes me how much speed you get off it. How many tenths do you even gain off of just using the apron? It's going to be something interesting.
That's a crazy thing to think about. There's just how, but I mean, you mentioned how close the whole grid is on times. You know, if you can gain just even the smallest amount, that's going to be worth something to get a good qualifying lap in and try to start closer to the front. This is John Poole III making his first appearance in the Save the Freedom 100 out of Cumberland, Maryland, with the rookie esports machine. Number 21 out onto the track. This is the only car out on track. Well, I guess now besides Drayton Knowles, who resets and gets the car fixed up to try again at a lap time. But John Poole, the only car out on the track right now. We're getting into the wee hour of the end of qualifying. It is not happy hour. It is the end of qualifying, and we've only got one car to watch. So we'll check it out. There's John Poole.
Still 5 minutes to go. I believe once we get through these cars, we'll have a couple minutes to take a break, have the race director go over some things, the normal stuff that you'll usually tend to see, and then it will be race time.
Good deal. So, hey, I gotta ask you guys, who are we thinking that's going to be up towards the front at the end? Do we have any specific guys that we want to keep an eye on?
That's a great question. I'm talking Travis Brown. I think Moonhead in the Last Chance Showdown last year was the last car through, and he about darn tootin' would have, and arguably should have won the Freedom 100 last year. So I'm watching Travis Brown. I'm definitely going to be watching Beeves. I mean, he's freaking Beeves. And I'm watching Cole Freilich because I think him and Andrew Brodsky are going to work together, and I would expect Cole to be able to put it in the right spot at the end. But Brodsky's also a name I'd watch.
I'm thinking Nate Stewart. That's a name that sticks out in my mind. He's just always there. But the thing with Nate Stewart's going to be if he can save his lives and be there in the end. The same goes for Cole Freilich, the only former winner of the field. Right now, my point of interest is David Land in the second spot. Like I've said, he's had a lot of issues over the last 2 years of being involved in incidents. And trust me, I watched the practice session, David. You wrecked a lot. Like you said, Travis Brown, Moonhead, he really sticks out. He really showed a lot of great pace last year. And, he was in it all up to the final lap. And then obviously he went, for a wild ride on the front straight. So those are some names that stick out in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Dylan Wieselinski, I think, also is a name to watch. He's obviously sitting on pole right now, and Luke Knupp up there as well. So here comes John Poole, the third. This is going to be the second lap. Will this be faster? It is not faster, so he will retain his 55.195, which keeps him in seventh place. We are out of qualifying drivers. Kyle, I'll hand it back to you because we do have some time left on the clock, but qualifying is set.
As we see, Dylan Wielozinski will be your pole sitter. Now, like we said, qualifying doesn't really matter because you're not able to use those warm-up lanes in the race, obviously. So your qualifying time may or may not have an indication of your real speed in the race because this is going to be a pack race. You're not going to be able to get away. You're going to be in the hornet's nest under a blanket the entire show. A couple things that stick out to me is Team Chapter 11 Racing. We posted about them on social media the other day. Had a few people interested in the team, as you would be. All three cars painted like Menards cars. All three cars have companies on them that no longer exist. We got Kmart, Marsh. Pretty sure there's a BlackBerry sponsorship. That's my favorite. And then we have numbers 7, 11, and 13, which are the three different chapters of bankruptcy, I believe. So a fun team, lots of creativity here in this year's race. But all three of their drivers outside the top 10, Noah Carmichael, 21st. We have Brody Banta. He's towards the back, 28th. And I believe Krista Hardy was around the 14th, 15th area.
He is marked as 26th.
26th, actually.
26th for Krista Hardy.
Yeah.
Now, one driver that has joined the race now is Dudez Castroneves. Obviously, the Castroneves name, I don't have to explain that one to you. He has joined the grid. We have three drivers who haven't set a time. We have Castroneves, Drayton Knowles, and Alex Anderson. As we saw Drayton Knowles have his moment in qualifying. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, and you know what? With Dudez Castroneves joining, I think that's fitting that Dudez was the one. We have 33 cars.
That was our 33rd entry.
Wow.
Now, we were willing to take on more this year. This year, the last 2 years, I've been set on 33 outside of that LCQ. This year, taking a little bit more of a kind of calm approach to this race. Not really just, I want it to go a little bit smoother of a show than last year. So we were willing to take more than 33 this year. We had it on the signups. We have 33 tonight, and that could not be better. We got the number we asked for.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising, and I think it's just a beautiful thing. I think you just don't know what Indy means. It's like Al Unser said once when I think he was sober when he said that.
Well, we have 30 seconds until it will be race time. I'm going to use this moment to talk about the Freedom 100, boys. Of course, this race has a reason. A few years ago, 2020 to be exact, we were stripped of the Freedom 100 on Carb Day. Now, who here thinks that's a great thing?
Not me.
Yeah, not me. So this is the third year now that we are fighting the good fight, gentlemen. We are saving the Freedom 100 on iRacing. We're racing Indy Pro 2000 cars because iRacing won't give us the Indy Lights car. Please, I want the Indy Lights car. And it could not be better. This is going to be fantastic. And again, this is just, we want the Freedom 100 back. This has kind of been our small little way to kind of keep it alive, and the account on Twitter, kind of remind people this race existed and we want it back. Carb Day is just not the same without this race. And I've said my piece.
I think that's a beautiful thing. We'll go ahead and bring you the starting grid for the 3rd annual Save the Freedom 100, and we'll get it on the screen. Do the thing. Okay, let's go for it. Here we go. No, it's not. Okay, I know why it's doing that. Hey, let's just freaking read it. I'll leave it to Matt Skipper. You want to go down the list and give us the top 10 starting drivers for the Save the Freedom 100?
Let's do it. So starting on the pole will be the number 73 of Dylan Wylazinski. And on the outside is going to be the number 91 of David Land, surprisingly. On row 2, it's going to be a CFM lineup, the number 15 of Cole Freilich, and the number 71... Nope, that is not Drayton. Torque Show Media Car of Andrew Brodsky. In row 3, it's going to be the 29 of Luke Knupp, and then the 4 of Nate Stewart. Starting in row 4 is going to be John Poole III, and on his outside is going to be Tristan Moss. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be the 77 of Ethan Harrison and the 06 of Harley Payne.
We'll go to 11th. Starting on the inside of row number 6, we've got car number 98 out of Ontario, Canada. That's Andrew Schulte. James Thurston in car number 96 will start aside of him in 12th, driving the Haas machine out of Florida. On the inside of row number 7, we've got Kyle Tupper of Central United Motorsports. And to his outside is going to be the number 6 car representing Sebring, Florida, is Spencer Ray. Starting in 15th is Beeves, Braden Eves. He drives real race cars sometimes. Bobby frickin' Blazer is going to start beside Braden Eves. That is the OG row of this grid. Garrett Kirshner is starting 17th in his 3rd appearance with the race. Aiden Walker to the outside of that row in his 2nd appearance. And then on row number 10, Jaden Lawson and David Kritz. I'll hand you the final grouping, Mr. Cuthbertson.
Starting 21st will be the number 13, Chapter 11 Racing entry of Noah Carmichael. Starting 22nd will be the 111 of Brandon Welch. Starting 23rd will be the number 30 of Noah Nadu. Starting 24th will be the 94 of Josh Stoltz. In the 25th spot will be Frederick Seagraves Jr. in the 5 car. Starting 26th, another Chapter 11 Racing entry will be Chris Doherty in the 7. Starting 27th will be River Page in the 33. Starting 28th will be the 11 of Brody Banta. Starting 29th will be Moonhead himself, Travis Brown in the 01. Brett Cox in 30th in the 22. Alex Anderson 31st. Dudez Castroneves in 32nd. And rounding out the field will be the 16 Bathurst Challenge entry of Drayton Knowles. The field is set. We're getting ready to go green here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway through the short chute on the south side.
North side.
Coming out of turn number 4. Dylan, hard to pronounce last name, on the inside, and David Lane on the outside. We'll leave the green flag for your ears and your ears only. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd annual Save the Freedom 100. If Barney waves the green flag,
any day
is
Barney.
Green.
Look at Dylan. He's getting a huge run going into turn 1, and that's going to be Cole Freilich. He's going to get clear of David. Could he try and get the lead early?
It looks like he fell back a little bit there. Cole Freilich on the outside looking for the lead. Doesn't have a lot of help on the top lane right now. The bottom lane, Andrew Brodsky, CFM leader, not helping at all as they fan out down the back straight. This is what I was telling you about, folks. Everywhere.
3x3, 2 rows of 3 wide racing. Cole Freilich is clear. He's going to get the lead going into turn 3. Oh man, this is getting exciting.
Oh,
who's going to
boy.
lead? Number 1, Cole Freilich right now looks to have the point. You see Braden Eves back there in that white and red machine trying the top side. Andrew makes contact. As they see, they got to calm down here on the front straight. David Land trying to get an outside lane working. Cole Freilich leads lap number 1. Andrew Brodsky, the leader of CFM Esports, in the sucker hole, as you will, in the middle. David Land loses his help, gets shuffled on the outside.
I don't know how these drivers are able to breathe with how crazy this racing's already gotten after one lap.
I can't believe we've made it one lap, to be totally honest with you.
I can agree with that. I'm kind of
Well, look at
surprised.
Spencer Ray.
Oh,
See the
look at
6 McDonald's machine in the back.
Who is that?
Oh, big move from Freilich in turn 3 right there. Don't do that too many times there, bud.
Remember, it's lap 2, fellas, and we only have 2 fast repairs for this entire race. Now, one thing to do that you should keep in mind is the fuel only lasts about 30 laps, 32, 33 laps. So I would say maybe lap 10 to 15, maybe 20 would be your fuel window. I honestly do not expect for them to have to make that stop under green. But guys, we're on lap 3. We haven't had a yellow. This might be a new Freedom 100 record.
Yeah, I think it darn tootin' is. And Andrew Brodsky led the lap that time in the middle, which I think might prove that this race is going to be a little bit different than last year, because last year and the year before, it was very dominant of the bottom. You could kind of, oh, geez, Cole Freilich about took the nose off the 29 car there.
David Land's doing some pushing. He's going to want to watch that front wing. It looks like it might have a little bit of damage on it already. As you see, Braden Eves leading the top line, 5-time winner of the USF Pro Series. David Land goes in the wall.
David Land in the wall.
Oh, and a big crash.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
No.
Steve Joel.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Frederick Seagraves, Bobby Blazer's involved. Oh, no.
Wow.
Garrett Kirshner's involved. Josh Stoltz, man, that's a tough break for
We
those
got
guys.
a yellow.
We got a yellow.
I believe
We
that Bobby
indeed have a
Blazer.
caution.
Cole really didn't do us any favors by making Bobby Blazer and his livery identical, but I believe that is Bobby Blazer. Yeah, you see David
is Bobby Blazer.
walking.
It is
like we
Blazer.
said about David. Very good to start in second place, but this has kind of been his MO the last 2 years, is finding himself in this position. So he's going to have to come from the back. It's only lap 4. He's going to have to use one of his lives. Oh, just gets loose. Braden Eves almost collected.
I don't know about getting
Oh.
loose there. Well, let's try an onboard again, because I don't. We're gonna go on board
There's
the
a few
roll bar.
cars there, honestly, to me, that looks like they could have escaped a lot of damage.
I think.
Watch this front wing.
Yeah, this.
Okay,
is gonna
front
be,
wing's fine at this point. I thought I saw a couple of crumples. It's like go-kart racing for me when I'm trying to look for pushback bumpers. I just see things, and I have to hope and pray on them. Hope and pray that I'm right. Oh, so close.
I think this is gonna be Freilich here. I think.
Oh, Oh, they might have touched.
I think that was contact.
Oh, he got into the 77. 77 might have damage.
Ethan Harrison there. Yep, and then this is
Oh.
where it all goes wrong. Oh, that's so much damage. Oh.
I think Bobby Blazer here just ends up being an innocent bystander, has
100%.
nowhere to go.
Yep. So
Bobby
does
Blazer
Garrett
might
Kirshner.
not have much damage out of this.
I think Garrett Kirshner's in the same boat. I think Garrett got around most of it. Man, the whole group of them at I think we're going back to green here. Or no, we're not getting back to. Yeah, we're just getting up to speed with the pace car here. On, I think the 98 and the 90 cars both are going to be able to get away from that pretty clearly because they didn't really get into that. That was kind of what you were talking about there, Kyle. I think the guys at the end of that incident didn't get too much trouble out of it, so they'll
Yeah, I
probably
saw
be able to preserve their fast repairs too.
I believe the Team Chapter 11 group, they made it through. They were at the very back. They kind of just made their way through that incident. And, yeah, I think maybe one of them had a damaged front wing in the back there for the Menards cars. But a front wing, really, that can be just that you don't even have to use one of your lives for that. You can, probably just take a minute or two repair. A lot of time left in this race to do that, to save your lives. But they made it through. We see here at the front, Andrew Brodsky leads with Cole Freilich in second and Nupp in third.
And I want to take a moment, since we've talked about him a few times here under this yellow, to mention that this race is being partially brought to you by B-Blaze Vintage on Etsy, which is Bobby Blazer's gig, because he is going to put forth a couple gift cards for the race winner is a $75 card. There's a $10 card for the pole, there's a $10 card for the move of the race, and the halfway leader gets $5 off of an order from him. So we want to thank him for putting up some money to get these guys some free merch when the race is all said and done. And I heard a rumor, I don't know, maybe not, there might be a trophy at the end of this race brought to you by 47 Technology. That was something that I don't think anybody really would have expected, but probably would want. So we're trying to keep these guys coming back for more every year. You know, we want them to have some fun with this and try to race for something cool. So,
well, whoever's in charge of 47 Technologies is a great, handsome man, and we thank him. We also thank Bobby Blazer. You want to go check his stuff out. That old school merch, that type of stuff, that's the stuff that is brilliant. Chef kiss, beautiful. We love Bobby Blazer.
I love how you just said, like, you didn't do the chef kiss, you just said the words like that.
Well, imagine me saying the chef kiss. I did the chef kiss. You couldn't see it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yes. So Skipper gave it a whirl there too. And Skipper, we'll go ahead and hand you the restart here. We're coming through the north end of the speedway for the 6th time, and we'll go back to green from the flag stand when the pace truck gets the frick out of the way.
Yes, sir. So we have a CFM front row of Andrew Brodsky and Cole Freilich. In row 2, it's going to be, who is row 2? Luke Knupp and Dylan Wylazinski. And here they go. They're bunching up again. When are they going to go green? Come on, Barney. Green flag. Cole Freilich is going to get a huge jump. He's going to get the lead to the line. Everybody's already fanning out 3 wide. Knupp is trying to get below. They're 3 wide going into turn 1 for the lead.
Braden Eves through the middle.
Braden Eves is going to try and get the lead, but Brodsky's still holding on to the bottom. But man, it's going to be such a drag race coming out of turn 2.
Out of 2, contact on the blow side of the speedway. Knupp and Brodsky all over each other there. Braden Eves is going to lose. He loses Harrison. He's got Spencer Ray. The bottom line might prevail here. Brodsky in the grass into turn number 3.
Shades of Ryan Hunter-Ray going down the backstrip. Brodsky to the grass. Knupp gets a little wide there. Braden Eves has slotted back to 2nd in line in the middle row as we see Spencer Ray a loner on the outside. Braden Eves goes to give him support. We still have Andrew Brodsky in the lead on the bottom line. Now, Andrew has put a lot of time into this race. He's been doing AI races because you can do that. That's the way to get practice. And he's just, like we said, he's been here all 3 years, didn't make it out of the LCQ, finished 2nd in his first year. So he really wants this one.
We saw Tristan Moss go to the pit lane, and he's going to come back out. I think some damage went to the 72 machine. There's still a large pack of cars all together here as it's led by Brodsky, Knupp, and Harrison, as well as Braden Eves. That's your top group of them. Now Travis Brown has gotten to 3rd in line on the bottom. You'll see the green and black 01 car right behind Andrew, and on the inside of our pole sitter, Wyzelinski. And he's moving up pretty strong in this field right now as we get close to the quarterway point, and Travis Brown is starting to show his nose.
Luke Knupp has really made himself a contender to win. A little bit aggressive on some parts, but I mean, he has the willpower to try and stay up towards the front. And here comes Braden Eves again, all the way at the top lane, but he has no help. And that's just going to open him up, try to move into the 2nd lane, but let's see if he can keep the momentum on the high lane.
The high side is staying afloat, albeit barely, as now we got another guy going to the top of the racetrack. That's the 34.
We're 4 wide again.
Dudez Castroneves makes it 4 wide there.
Dudez Castroneves, the nephew of 4-time winner Elio Castroneves. I mean, that would be pretty awesome if he came and won the Freedom 100.
What more can you expect? It's in the blood as we see Braden Eves goes back to the middle. He's going to try and go top and block. They're going to be 4 wide exiting turn number 4.
Wylazinski back to the lead once again. I mean, he had the pole position, and now here he is. He could be another guy that could win tonight.
Oh, look at Freilich. He just got birthed out of the inside line, and he takes back over the lead. Knupp stays in 2nd there in the middle, the pink and yellow number 29 car. Braden Eves back into 3rd place on the scoreboard. And just as I say it, Ethan Harrison puts the lime car in the mix again. Oh, contact!
Crash!
Crash, Steve. We got Steve. Trouble.
Brodsky and Harrison. Now that is one that we might look towards at the end of this race and say, man, what a big moment that was.
And we're not. There's going to be no caution for that. We're continuing to stay green as Brandon Eves leads the race.
Yes,
long way to go.
Wow. Well, okay.
As you can see, Braden Eves is now at the lead with Cole Freilich on the bottom lane.
Oh, they're about touching there. They were about touching there. That was Nup almost making contact.
Aiden Walker is going to challenge Braden Eves for the lead. Can he get past the five-time USF Pro winner?
Oh, he's got a nose right there. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my lordy. Look at how much movement's going on between these two cars as they bump draft into the lead.
You got to be careful with the bump drafting. You do it too much. If you damage that wing, you'll be fine to push somebody. You'll be a pusher the rest of this race if you don't get that thing repaired. But, I mean, if that thing gets bent in any way and you get up in clean air, you'll notice it. You will start dropping like a rock.
I want to backtrack a little back to the accident with Brodsky.
Oh.
Even though he is wrecked, I mean, I won't be surprised if we see another caution come out. So it's not over yet for the number 41.
Yeah,
71.
we almost saw that wreck, that yellow bout come out because Wieselinski and Walker bout got into each other and got into the outside of turn one's wall. They were rather close for comfort. Braden Eves leads down the back straightaway, though. We're riding with the chopper cam. We'll go to the drone cam and see what happens into turn number 3. There's still 3 wide back there for 4th. Now Eves, he's lost that race lead out a little bit. Luke Knupp is making it go in that 29 car.
Braden Eves, as he does, driving a smart race. Cole Freilich!
Look at
He's
Freilich.
looking at the pit wall right now.
Oh,
And he slots back in. Oh my, what a risky move by Cole Freilich as we come to expect. Braden Eves leads lap number 12. Going on to lap number 13. Braden Eves. I believe that's
Brodsky coming out. Oh, crash! Oh, no! Oh, no!
That was what just saved Andrew Brodsky.
River Page involved in this one.
honestly Andrew Brodsky lucky to not be collected in that exiting the pits.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what? I think we're okay. Let's get a replay up of this incident. The yellow flag is out. I think, well, Moonhead's involved. There's the spinning number 24.
I think Moonhead's fine.
Yeah, Moonhead's okay. Maybe a little bit of contact, but nothing too major for either of those
Look at
cars.
Brodsky. Heads up, eyes up. Another moment that we might look to at the end of the race. Andrew Brodsky aware, going under the pit exit line, just give himself that little bit of extra space to avoid the crash.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be able to make those laps up on the yellow. And also, to keep in mind, when Brodsky came out, I mean, he might be in the pit window if he took fuel with that fast repair, which I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. But he might be able to make it.
That's a good point. That is a great point.
I would expect maybe to see some guys pit here because I would believe you're inside the window, looking at around 25 to go. I mean, it would make you safe to the finish if you pit here. So I expect them under this yellow to probably pit here. It'd be interesting though to see if anybody doesn't pit and take the track position.
At this point in the race, I think the track position would be helpful to avoid wrecks. And I think we're all going to be honest with ourselves and say we're expecting more yellows. So you got plenty of time to get that opportunity to go back into the pits and top off. Might be worth it to avoid a crash. But, I mean, that happened in, 5th, 6th place on track. It included Moonhead, River Page, James Thurston was involved. Dudez Castroneves was a part of that. Skip, I don't know. You come in or not. We'll see if anybody's a taker here, but I don't. Well, actually, never mind. Pretty much everybody came in. Actually, literally everybody came in.
Yep, like I said, this is your pit window. I'm interested if Andrew can make it at this point. Obviously, the pit would be a few laps sooner, but, I mean, you have the yellow flag laps to save. And, I mean, yeah, I think 25 to go. I think full tank right now is pretty safe.
So we got Braden Eves, he just took fuel only. He is back out, or he's driving out. I mean, we've got everybody coming in. Wylosinski's just stopped. Eves is going to come out first. Luke Knupp and then Aiden Walker. Looking at the run to the finish, Braden Welch is coming out. Now, Wylosinski, Cole Freilich, Travis Brown, Deuce Castroneves, Jaden Lawson. I mean, it's a little shake-up in some of the standings, but, I mean, this is a pack race. Everybody can make their way back up to the front.
Absolutely. Tristan Moss, Garrett Kirshner, Brent Cox, David Land, and John Poole III are the 5 cars that have stayed out under yellow, and that will answer the question. I was honestly expecting I wasn't expecting as many cars to come into the pits there. I'm kind of surprised about that one, Kyle, but like we've seen, the fuel window thing is kind of important too, I guess.
Yeah, this is, just thinking about it, this is the longest, probably the most competitive we've seen Braden Eves in the Save the Freedom 100. The first year, I will never forget this story. I have to tell this story. First year, during qualifying, it was a little bit up in the air on whether or not you could use the warm-up lanes to qualify. And I remember Braden Eves, he told me the story. He said, I backed up in the box, hit all my marks, thought I ran the 2 most perfect laps I could. But he didn't use the pit warm-up lanes because he wasn't aware. Qualifies 34th. In his quote, I ran the 2 perfect laps of my life, and I look at the board thinking, man, that was a great lap. We're going to be in 34th. Has to go through the LCQ. I believe he made it, but then didn't really do much in the race. Last year, I don't think he was here last year for the race. But this year, leading laps up front, right now looking like the guy to beat.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think, Skipper, you can kind of personify that. But I think Beeves has kind of been the class of the field so far.
Braden Eves is our only guy that has experience with these cars. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him utilize his experience or just his iRacing skill with it and try to get the win. I mean, you've seen him lead laps. I wouldn't be surprised to see other guys try to make their way to the front, like Brent Cox, who actually started all the way back in 26th. Tristan Moss is up towards the front. Aiden Walker, Luke Knupp have been controlling the front of the field. But yeah, Beeves with lots of his experience, wouldn't be surprised if he has another shot to win.
Definitely so, as the green flag will come back out to the field. When they exit the corner here, some of the guys trying to go double file more towards the... Oh, my goodness gracious, no! What are you doing?
What are we doing?
Come on, guys. What is that? Oh, David Landrex under yellow. My God.
David, come on,
David,
man.
Come back out. We had a little bit of an issue there getting double file. I don't understand what just happened.
Oh, well, I guess...
What in the world?
Could we go straight to the source there? David's not around here. We gotta get David to yell at him about that one. I don't know what was going on with Luke Knupp either, but
So what happened was Luke was trying to switch to the outside lane, and he caught Tristan Moss's left front tire, and just spun out, and everybody just piled up behind him.
Is David going to waste a life here? Is he going to try and go for the option? I believe that was a fast repair right there. So I think David is out of fast repairs, I believe. Yep.
Lee, tough break for him.
Man. I can hear race director Benjamin Easterday giving the field the business, as he should be. That was a little bit confusing. I don't know why we weren't double file. A little confusion there, but we're double file now. We're ready to go. One of the great things this year that we've added to the Save the Freedom 100 is our race director, Benjamin Easterday, fellow Ohio lad, I believe. So, yeah, he's here. You'll notice the yellows are quicker because I tried to do that stuff last year. I didn't know what I was doing. So we got a guy who knows what he's doing. So, the yellow's going to be quicker. Things are a little bit more put together. A little bit of a smoother show this year. Lights are off on the big pace truck as we come down the front straight.
Big Bertha pulls off. And the green flag will come back out again at Indianapolis. And here we go. Brent Cox to the front. Maybe John Poole III says, nah, not quite yet. I'm the pole sitter here. I'm going to take it into turn number 1.
Look at all of the fanning out. Already 3 wide up top is Brent Cox, but Braden
Brent
Eves,
Cox, a little bit of
he's gonna keep
blinking. He's
blinking.
running the top side, getting out of the way. I saw one of the Chapter 11 entrants right there. You'll see him. Believe that might be the 13 car taking the pit road to kind of get out of the way. That team, you'll see them in the back. They've just been hanging out in the back, biding their time. I'm interested on when they're going to bite. We have Ross Chastain here in turn 3 riding the wall.
No! Luke!
Moving up again, and David, is that David Land again? No, it's Brent Cox.
Brent Cox.
Dudez Castroneves was the one to get up into the wall. The green flag is still out. We are still green. Unfortunately, Dudez got up into the wall and collected a couple people behind him who were just trying to drive their line, although Harley Payne ran into those cars, and I feel like Harley could have avoided that probably. But nonetheless, we're staying green, and we've still got this 3-wide battle here for the top 5, and Braden Eves leads the way.
That's another thing. If you see a crash, it's 1 to 2 cars, not really a big deal. You'll see. We're not going to throw a yellow for that. We'll throw the yellows for the big stuff, and we'll let them race. We'll
there's the big stuff! There's the big stuff!
This might be the opposite of I jinxed it. This might be the yellow.
You really just you just pulled the announcer's jinx, didn't you?
Yeah, that was something. That was something, all right.
Kyle!
Wow, Braden Eves.
Look what you just did to freaking Travis Brown.
Hey, he still has 2 lives. So
the Cuthbertson caution has come out.
We're only halfway.
This caution presented to you by Racing Nation TV.
Wow. So if you look at the replay here, there was huge netcode between Dylan Wylazinski and Braden Eves. That's just a tough break there.
Oh,
that was tight already, though. They were really close.
Braden was a little bit high, a little bit of netcode, a little bit of space not giving. You see your pole sitter going for a wild ride in turn 3.
Yeah, and there's a couple more cars involved in this one, and unfortunately, I think
David Land.
River Page, Lawson.
Oh, he's got his brakes.
Yep.
David
Travis Brown.
Moonhead was involved in this one pretty significantly here. There's the 01 car sitting still, but yeah, River Page involved. Jaden Lawson was a big piece of this. Here is the 24 car trying to, I don't know, do a crab walk or something there. But yeah, that was a massive incident, and it took a lot of really fast cars to the pit lane to get repaired there.
Well, we're on lap 20. Who's gonna win the halfway prize? I believe it'll be Aiden Walker.
Yes, it will. So Aiden Walker, you're going to acquire yourself a $5 gift card to the B-Blaze Vintage Etsy shop, and I guess bragging rights that you led at the halfway point of this one. A couple cars at the tail end come to the pit lane. Andrew Brodsky, Ethan Harrison, Garrett Kirshner, and Noah Carmichael are that group. But I think the rest. I think we had a bunch of guys come in 1 lap prior to this to get repairs and fuel and such. So Aiden Walker, Cole Freilich, John Poole III, that's your top 3 right now.
No, I'm interested. Our 41 machine of Braden Eves is still in the pits. We have a lot of cars sitting in the pit lane right now. I would like to know if anybody's used up their lives or if they're trying to get the repairs done. Honestly, we have unlimited green-white checkers. That is a thing. So if you were able to use as much time as you could under yellow to try and take the time and repair it if you can. If we get another yellow, which is very likely, you pretty much get all your laps back. You know, we're just going to clear the blacks, get all of your laps back, clear black flags, and we're racing. So honestly, if you can repair without using one of your lives, that might play into, winning or losing this race. As we see Braden Eves out of the pit lane as well as Travis Brown. I'm interested if he used one of those quick repairs.
Well, do we want to go and bring him up and ask him real quick?
Yeah, let's bring old Bad Brad in. Braden Eves, you're live on the broadcast. Tell us what happened there, and the more important question that I'm interested in: did you use a fast repair?
Yeah, I had to use a fast repair. I don't know who it was, but somebody just turned down on me. I had nowhere to go, so Not
Unfortunately,
much I could do.
Unfortunately, we've been really quick. This isn't the end, and we're rooting for you.
Yeah, I'll come back. Don't worry. Watch.
I
Ooh,
think
a little bit of, he seems a little
Yeah,
determined
dude,
here.
well,
I don't want to mess with a pissed off Braden Eves.
that
Jeez.
was that was like, I think that was road to Indy driver equivalent of hold my beer right there. I think that's what we just got.
Braden Eves has pulled his Joe Namath guarantee, called his shot, says he's going to be up here again later. I mean, there's a great chance that he could.
I mean, he's on the lead lap. He used a fast repair, right? So he still
So he
has
has one
one
left.
more. And we're halfway already. So I think that might be something good to watch there. Bobby Blazer's back in the race after that first incident. He is on the lead lap up again, I believe. David Land is somewhere in the midst of this nonsense, causing chaos. Brody Banta is in 18th. I believe Noah Carmichael is in 11th. So he is the leader of the Chapter 11 cars that have been very patient and quiet so far in this race. There's Noah Carmichael in the beautiful Menards-esque livery, right beside
David
Andrew
Land
Brodsky.
update, he just exited the pits, and so he is fresh tires, I believe, would be fresh, full fuel probably. So he has nothing to worry about. He's catching up to the back of the field. Everybody, we have a few cars a lap down. I would imagine the likes of, say, Drayton Knowles, Alex Anderson, Tristan Moss, Nate Stewart, Dudez Castroneves. They might be done. They are multiple laps down. And then lap down will be Jaden Lawson and Luke Nupp. They were unable to get all of their laps back under this yellow, I believe, unless I'm wrong, unless iRacing is telling me lies. We'll see when they go past the stripe here, as we are green flag.
David Krutz had a little
Wow.
jump there on the restart, and they're all going to the bottom.
The madman, Cole Freilich, doing what he does. Getting back into the inside line to secure second place. There's not a lot of help on the top side. That might be a smart move. Man, they are just fanned out everywhere. The entire field under a blanket, basically.
Yep, the madman Cole Freilich, not Kerry Madsen. Cole Freilich is getting the lead once again, and he's going to drop down as everybody's going 3-4 wide behind. Oh, that was tight by, I think that was Andrew Brodsky. And they're still 3 wide, but they're so close together as they come off turn 4.
A new
Cole
name
Freilich. Go ahead.
up in the top 5 there is Brandon Welch leading the top line in the 111 car.
Cole Freilich is
that
determined. He is the only former
lead?
winner in the field, and he could be the only person to say that he has won the Freedom 100 multiple times.
Nate Stewart just went 3 wide, pushed it 3 wide, all the way back from the 10th spot, all the way up to the lead.
He is leading the line. He is still 3 laps down, actually, here scored. So Nate Stewart had a problem with the start of this race. He actually rolled out of the pits on lap 7, lap 8. So he's just been fighting to get back onto the lead lap to even be able to compete in this race. And, that was a very aggressive move to try to do so. It didn't work out in the long term, but he did have his nose out for a split second, and I think he's proving he's there.
My mistake there. With how fast he was there, I thought he was in the lead, but
Oh, yeah, 100%.
hey, I mean, whatever you need to do to try and get your laps back here at Indy, is we've got a huge hornet's nest of cars.
Here they come through turn.
3
No,
wide.
no!
Crash, another one.
I was just about to talk about that guy, too. Dag, nabbit, blob.
We just need to stop with the commentators' curses here. Oh my
River
gosh.
Page.
Yeah.
I think this is the 3rd incident for River Page, and he was not at fault at all for that.
And this is the
Wow.
guy I was about to talk about. This is the one. Let's check out. No, we'll get it somewhere around here.
Quick announcement while we're under yellow here. I just received a text. We might have a commentator joining us. You guess who that is? It might be the man Chris Aurelio, the guy
Chris
who
Aurelio?
helped us out in the first 2 races. He was supposed to race tonight, but he sucks and he's not racing. So he'll be joining us in the booth shortly.
We finally got the
We
replay
wait
here.
for this guy. We got the replay here. Let's check it out.
Walk us through it, Skip.
All right, so that's just blatantly Seagraves trying to move down into the middle lane.
Oh, and
But,
Braden Eves
Amy
has
Walker
to use
was
another
there.
life.
Yeah,
So does Bobby Blazer.
that's rough.
Yeah, Bobby
So
I
Blazer.
think we're finding
you've
out
got a
very
lot of
quickly
cars
here.
involved.
We're finding out very quickly here that you kind of want to be towards the front. Because if you're in the back,
No.
in the middle of the pack, that's really where the chaos has been happening. I mean, when Braden Eves was up front before he had one incident take him out and put him in the back, I mean, he's just had the worst luck. Now, the guys I will tell you that I really like right now are the Chapter 11 crew. We have Noah Carmichael sitting right now in the second spot, and then you have to think Brody Banta and Krista Hardy, they've made the smart move. They're chilling in the back with all of their fast repairs. You know, nothing has happened to them. They're chilling right now.
Yeah.
So if we get chaos at the end of this race, where we get into those green, white, checkered situations, which I would bank on, they're sitting really clean right now, and it's a pack race. You can get through the field. Doesn't matter where you are. You likely have a shot.
They most definitely have a great shot. But my question is for these Menards cars is, do they have the reliability of a Menards engine?
Oh man,
That's a good
one would
question.
only think. As we have Chris Aurelio joining us in the booth. Now, Chris, you suck. Like, what?
Appreciate
Why
it,
aren't
man.
you racing in this, man? Like,
So lesson of the night is I got crooked over by a Honda dealer. Not gonna name names because I don't want to get sued or anything, but I did not indeed buy a car, and so here I am. But it's all right because I've never raced in this event, and so let's just continue that tradition. We're gonna what do we got here? We got another like 13 laps.
13 laps to go.
13
Chris
laps
Aurelio
until
is in
the
booth.
green, white, checkered start, at
Two
least.
Freedom 100.
Oh
so
my god, the green white checkers start.
Now, Chris,
they will.
you are the 2-year veteran of producing these broadcasts, and now you are simply here to enjoy it as a commentator. Why are you such a jerk? Why have you done this to me?
Why am I making you do it?
Why have you done this to me?
Frankly, it's very nice to not have to worry about it anymore.
Chris, I was so excited to watch you race in this.
That was too. Let's take a look at the top two right there. That we got Cole Freilich and Noah Carmichael. Cole Freilich, of course, racing for CFM. You're gonna see a little bit more of that action next week, though. I promise. I will attend that race. In
The Bathurst Challenge.
Fifth annual something? Bathurst Challenge?
We'll talk a little bit more about the Bathurst Challenge next yellow because we know we're going to have one as we are on the front straightaway waiting for Barney to wave the green flag. And we are green at Indianapolis once again. Cole Freilich on the inside. Noah Carmichael on the outside. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to fade back here or if he's going to try and fight Andrew Brodsky in the third lane on the outside.
I think
the John Poole up there as well. See the 77 car trying the top lane. Top lane hasn't really been there, but we also haven't seen a lot of cars put a lot of strength in the top lane. It seems like the bottom and the middle have been really strong, but only a few, 2 or 3 cars at a time are trying the top lane, which is interesting to see.
I mean, you can get such a good run off the top lane, but you're not getting anything through the turns, and that's what keeps everybody down
We got a
low.
car in the grass on the short shoot.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that, but Cole Freilich is holding on just by a hair, trying
Looking
to block
death
the
in the
lanes.
face as he looks at that pit attenuator. He misses it this time. As we saw Travis Brown on that restart work the top lane, pass a car, take it 4 wide into turn number 3. He's looking pretty sharp towards the front of the field. Noah Carmichael still holding strong in the middle lane as we see the top lane finally starting to form.
Look at Brandon Welch. He had a huge run going down the front stretch, and I mean, even though he's starting to fan back a little, he's
Brodsky getting under,
again.
getting in there. We're 4 wide for the third position right now.
Oh, look out. Oh, boy.
I mean, he has been everywhere around this track tonight.
Ooh, a little
Look
wiggle
at him
there.
trying to get the lead.
Lukeing up,
Coming in
wiggling.
complete lap 29 right now, looking at 10 to go. Noah
Wow.
Carmichael, Noah Carmichael, the neon cars are really confusing me here. Noah Carmichael will lead with 10 to go after spending the majority of this race in the back, playing it safe. We see the 11 of Brody Bana and the Chapter 11 team up there as well, finally starting to fight. We have 10 to go. I would just keep in back of my head, though. Those green-white checkers, they're going to come.
Yeah,
we
honestly.
got Cole Freilich here on the outside. He's going to look for it. It looks like they're getting a little bit, they're starting to calm down. They know there's 10 laps to go.
Freilich got a huge shot, and Freilich just got back to the lead. Luke Nupp, I think Carmichael just got really high there. I think Freilich might go back to back. I'm itching.
Are you calling your shot right now? We got 10 laps left.
I think we're gonna have a back-to-back winner.
Who won the race last year?
Michael Cozy. No, Freilich won it. Yes.
Oh, Freilich won the first year. My apologies.
Okay, well.
Almost a chain for the lead here with the 29 of Luke Nupp. Oh, they got a little close there in turn number 1. Travis Brown has really been working this top lane. Now, in a pack race, I would not choose the top lane simply because on your right on the top, you have wall. On your left, you have cars. If you're on the inside lane, my move is always grass. It never really works out well for me, but the top lane is always a risk. But it's interesting to see Travis, who I know is pretty good at this pack racing thing, out here on the top, really putting his life on the line here with only 10 laps to go.
Josh Stoltz just got a huge run from Moonhead, and he's now at the point. But Cole Freilich has said, no, thank you. I'm going to get the lead back
now.
As well, Nupp. Oh, man, it's going to get nuts here.
Yeah, no more to your point, Kyle. Where do you want to be right now? I mean, as a driver in this race, do you want to be at the front, up 3 wide, or do you want to hang back a little bit? You still got some time to go in this race.
I want to be towards the front, honestly, because if you're in that middle pack, there's not a lot of options. And if you're in the back, if you're going to be in the back right now, you have to know exactly where you can be to form a run and to really, be in contention. And also, you can see there's a second pack building behind this one with a few cars in it in their own little world. And that's not a place you want to be. So we're seeing 2 separate packs form. And so, I mean, I'd want to be at the front. I think Cole Freilich, Andrew, Nupp, all these guys here in the front, I think they have the best shot. If you're a few rows back in the inside lane, then I think you're in a tough spot right now with nowhere to go.
I thought that camera would be from the camera.
Cole Freilich just got another huge shot, and that's from teammate Andrew Brodsky, who was involved in a wreck that didn't have a caution. So a huge comeback for Andrew Brodsky to be in a podium spot. He's going to be another one of those CFM guys that could go tonight.
Yeah, we saw
getting risky.
Saw Freilich drop back a little bit there. Didn't look like he wanted to fight for the lead too hard. I'm starting to wonder if he was trying to drop back to that teammate. I mean, Andrew's made the teamwork here a very big priority. They have a strategy for the finish. If those two are up front at the end of this race, they're certainly going to be strong contenders.
I mean, Andrew, in the first year, Andrew was the one who pushed Cole Freilich to the win. He did the Michael Waltrip. He said, I'm not going to pass him. CFM is going to win this race. That shows the team leader that Andrew Brodsky is. But, I mean, after giving Cole Freilich one 2 years ago, I think Andrew might be a little bit hungrier to get a win, especially not even making it through the LCQ last year. As we see close to almost a 4 wide from the 77 of Harrison back there. We have, I believe that is Kreutz blinking a little bit. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. There he goes again. You see Cole Freilich blocking below the white line. Now, there's not a rule against that, but man, with still 7 laps to go, that's a little bit ballsy.
Yeah, but it's allowed Josh Stoltz to get back into the race lead here with Noah Carmichael making a little bit of a run on the middle line here as well. The 94. Oh no!
Moonhead got a huge. Oh, Moonhead. Is Moonhead okay? Oh no! Huge wreck.
No. And we have a caution.
Oh,
put it out.
Oh man,
that is the second year in a row that we have seen Travis Brown in a horrific flip.
Yeah, this is
at
pretty
the
bad.
Motor Speedway in the Save the Freedom 100.
This is pretty bad.
Take a look at this. Okay, Andrew on the bottom, Travis in the middle. We got Kreutz on the outside.
Man, he just got a head full of that.
Kreutz came down. went into Brodsky and just horrific crash. I thank the Lord this is a simulator.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
what a crash that was.
yeah.
Now, the car still has all the wings and the tires on it. Flip that boy over, put it in the pit lane. You might still have a contender.
Yeah, we'll try one more replay here again. Watching Brodsky this time from a little bit further away angle. It's gonna be Krutz who is blinking. You see Krutz coming in and out right there in the 62 car, and then Travis Brown in the middle, pretty easy to pick out of the crowd. Brodsky's gonna stay down low, and Krutz is just gonna come down, and that's about all she wrote. I mean, a little bit. I don't know if the mirror or what, or net code or something. Ethan Harrison is involved. Oh, man, Brody Banta.
Yeah, big hit. Travis texted in voice chat, DED, so we know what his condition is right now. But I know he's itching to get back out on the track and probably get all those laps back.
Yeah, I'll try
Keep
to.
an eye on Travis here. Is he going to have a fast repair to use? Is he going to be good? We'll find out. I believe Andrew should have one more left in the tank. He should have another life to use here. But with that said, we have 5 laps to go. This is going to be a normal yellow. We're getting close to that green-white checkered territory. We see Braden Eves getting a lap back here. He might be back in the fight. So, oh boy, guys.
Yeah,
This
boys.
is going to be, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, this is going to be something.
It's 5 to
This
go. Call your shots. Who's gonna be holding the trophy at the end of this 40-lap race?
I'll call my shot right now. I think that Kyle Cuthbertson is going to be owing our race director here a little bit more money. I don't think this thing's going to go to the end. Green flag.
We're going to go another 3 hours from green-white checkers. We already know it. Noah Carmichael here in third. That's my pick.
Oh, that's a good pick, Kyle. I don't know. Who am I going to go with here? I don't know. I really, truly don't know.
If I didn't pick Cole already, I think my second choice would be Luke Knupp. He's been up front all night. He's been aggressive, but he does have, I guess, the testicular fortitude, as Empty Box would say it, to win.
Massive backstretch crash on the final lap. Krista Hardy jumps down from the top rope, wins it all together. You heard it here first.
That would be incredible.
That would be incredible. Krista Hardy is a name that we all know and love. He writes things for people to read. He goes to car races. He's representing Louisiana. So thankfully, he's like of the group of them that got out to Indianapolis, and because Louisiana, they had one IndyCar race, so it didn't go so well.
Well, not only do they have one IndyCar race, but they also currently have a losing record in the NFL. So
you're all about that.
Yeah, you're all about
just
that,
wanted
aren't
to point
you,
that
Mr.
out.
New England Patriots, huh?
That is all.
Well, as we saw on screen, Travis Brown, he's still in this. He's still here somehow, and he's clean. He's gonna be starting from the back. But I mean, I keep bringing up these green-white checkers because they're bound to happen. And if they don't, then I need to go get a lottery ticket or something, because like it just doesn't seem possible that we'll go to the finish here on the restart with 4 laps to go.
No chance. But I want to take a second to shout out. We want to appreciate the 73 of you who are here with us right now. There are a lot of people watching this race with us. We appreciate you guys tuning in on what night of the week is it again? I forget. It's Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? And we're going to go back to green now with all of you here. Thank you for being a part of the 3rd annual Freedom 100. Save the Freedom 100 on Racing Nation TV. Kyle Cuthbertson is Racing Nation TV. He's very handsome. Chris Aurelio is GT Rain, or at least was GT Rain. He was also Racing Nation TV at one point in time. And Deductive Rain, and the green flag is back out.
Green here at Indianapolis. Cole Freilich in the middle. We got Knupp on the top side. Stoltz on the bottom. They're already 3 wide entering 1. That's a little bit of a risky move by Knupp. I don't think Noah's going to have anything on the inside here to make it 4 wide, but I think Noah's honestly in a good spot. my pick to win this race with 3 laps to go. Nup on the top side. Look at David Land. He's still alive. He's still here.
Oh,
Of course. Of course.
Oh, man. I don't think he's going to get much to work with up there for David, but look,
Yeah.
he's going to come back down.
Brodsky's still alive up there.
The
Let's
yellow
see, is this going to be a yellow?
is not out. This is not a yellow flag.
Well, we do not have a yellow flag.
Here we go. Oh, Luke Nupp trying to get high.
Coming to 2 laps to go. David Land is still in this somehow, some way.
You won't be for long.
Second place, and he's leading the top side right now, 3 wide.
Josh Stoltz holds the bottom line. No, Noah Carmichael down there with Cole Freilich trying to get his nose back out front.
Can anybody beat Josh Stoltz down low? If anybody, it's going to be Cole Freilich. He's got the lead by just a hair.
Oh, Nup making a move, getting a little bit risky here.
You need to get formed up on that outside line if they want to beat Stoltz on that bottom line. I mean, you even have Noah Carmichael.
Oh, Spencer Ray into David Land.
When is Noah Carmichael going to make his move to try and go for the win?
Oh, he's coming. He's up to second.
I can't believe it, guys. I'm going to have to go get a lottery ticket because we are coming to the white flag.
Oh, whoa, we're wrecking. Whoa, we're wrecking. The yellow is out.
And this race is not over. I can't believe it. And Crystal Hardy is involved in the crash.
David is destroyed.
Oh, Bobby Blazer almost got backed into. Nup, I can't believe it. He was a factor this entire race. He's going to be from the back. Oh, what a heartbreak.
Let's
And
go
the-
back.
Who else was involved was
lives
my
have
pick
run
there.
out. The lives have run out.
And that is going to
see.
be the 24 car, Jaden Lawson. Oh, no. Yep, there's Lawson and Nupp, and there goes the Hardy spinning. I think Brody Banta escaped that.
Now, I'm going to check something here. It looks like when Noah got into the 6 of Spencer Ray has a damaged front wing. And like I said, that is going to kill you if you want to win this race. Any damage to the 13 of Noah Carmichael? We're going to find out.
There's the Hardy, there's Tupper, there's Stewart, there's Welch.
You know what, guys? The 13 of Noah Carmichael, that car looks pretty clean. Can't say the same about the 6 of Spencer Ray, but that 13 car, with as much contact as it took, it looks pretty clean.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say Noah's got a fair shot to still go with this.
Now, we'll see. We know iRacing. There might be some things that we can't see that might slow down his progress, but visually, that thing looks good. He might be fine.
Wow.
Man. Oh,
Spencer Ray, though, that
man.
front wing obviously damaged. He, like I said, he's going to be able to push, but if he ever gets into clean air, that's just going to be like a parachute for him. As we see here, we got the 62 Fireball Talks NASCAR. Unfortunately, he was blinking up at the front, so pretty sure he's going to end up going to the back here.
This is Noah Nadu. We haven't talked about him at all yet. One of the Central United Motorsports cars coming out of the pit lane again to try to reform up with the field and see if he can do something about starting from the rear of this one. We do get the green, white, checker thing we were talking about before, Kyle, and I think we're probably going to see a few of them.
Boys, we are 1 to green white right now, going down the backstretch. Josh Stoltz, Cole Freilich, your front row. Oh man, this is getting exciting. Someone play some Phil Collins right now because you can feel it in the air tonight.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I'll tell you who benefited from that last yellow there was Andrew Brodsky. 23rd place, now up to 12th. Not out of reach at the finish of this race yet.
No, sir. David Land's in the mix. Bobby Blazer, too, just outside the top 10. In the middle of your screen.
I got to tell you, I've been waiting for this day that David Land is here in the mix at the end of one of these races because, he's either going to do one or two things. He's going to win this thing or he's going to just cause chaos. If he doesn't win, I don't expect him to finish. I'll say that.
He
But
has
he's got a
already
teammate
caused
behind him.
chaos. He has already caused chaos, hasn't he?
Well, folks, we got a green, white, checkered. Count it. Green, white, and checkered. We're about to go green. Maybe for the final time. Remember that we reached the white flag. We are green at Indianapolis for possibly the final time. Josh Stoltz gets a great restart. Noah Carmichael behind him. Cole Freilich on the middle. Look at Braden Eves back from the dead on the top. He has help from behind. Only 2 cars in the middle and top rows. Andrew Brodsky back to the top. He's got teammates ahead of him that will work with him. Looks like Noah Carmichael and Josh Stoltz have a little bit of a gap here.
Banta's in the wall. Brody Banta got into the wall in turn 2.
Brodsky jumped to that middle line there. He's got some work there. He's got a lot of cars piling into that middle line right now.
I'm looking
Ray
at this.
third on the inside line. You can see that broken front wing just not really helping him. That's tight in the middle of turn 3.
I'm looking at this front.
Oh, we got contact. Pull the back.
Nup around. Stewart's
Nate
around.
Stewart involved.
Is that a yellow?
Don't believe that'll be a yellow.
We're getting a white flag. We're getting the
Back
white
to the front.
Here we go. Josh
Stoltz.
Got a white flag. Braywick blocks Eves. He's going to sit. No, sit 4 wide into turn 1.
Eves backs
Braden Eves
out.
falls back. Inside line is still Josh Stoltz. Noah Carmichael goes to the top. Did he make a move too early? Coming out of turn number 2.
Where's his help? He's all out there by himself right now. He's just got the
Brodsky.
big wheels with him.
The 21 car. Who is that?
John
Oh,
Poole.
my goodness. John Poole.
Poole to the lead.
Whoa, guys. Whoa.
Everybody, it's a scramble. It's a madhouse for this win. John Poole coming through
I'll take it to the finish.
Josh
We've got Noah Carmichael second
wide.
on the top line, but it looks like John Poole, who's going to have anything. Josh Stoltz pulls out. They're going to be side by side coming to the line.
To the top.
Drag race.
Carmichael's on the
Who's
top.
it going to be?
Carmichael!
Noah! He got it! He got him!
Noah Carmichael
Noah.
is a Freedom 100 winner.
Oh my gosh, he
He
does it for
got
Chapter
him!
11 Racing. The 13, Kmart sponsored, BlackBerry sponsored, Marsh sponsored. It has it all. Out of bankruptcy, Noah Carmichael won this race.
Chapter 13 bankruptcy now has money.
He's not going to worry. Chapter 11 Racing is not going to have to worry about their financial issues. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Good
goodness.
Lord.
Wow. That was I'm glad I'm up here with you guys. That was awesome.
You see Kmart, we see Marsh, BlackBerry Technologies. You have it all in this car. They won this race. Incredible.
That was a great run to the finish. And how about John Poole and Josh Stoltz, too? That was an excellent run from both of those guys. They both had a shot at it out of that final corner, but Noah just kind of snookered him. He knew how to get out of the corner, and he used the run to his advantage from a little bit of drafting help. And that number 13, unlucky number 13. I don't know if I'd call it unlucky tonight for Noah Carmichael.
This might be the first ever win for the number 13 at IMS. I have to, who knows? Oh my God.
Can we call Luke Edwards really quick and ask? Can we call, where is Jason Van Sinkle?
Burn it down, Noah. You deserve it.
And let's just say 100 miles later, it came down to 17 one-thousandths of a second.
Oh my gosh. I have to say, I don't think it's up for debate. This might have been the most exciting, probably the best Save the Freedom 100 out of the 3. That was incredible.
Hey, I gotta say, even though it's Indy, 3 for Dale, baby. That was,
all right, let's
bring
Noah on in here. Let's talk to the winner. Noah, you're live in the booth. You just won the Freedom 100.
I did something that John Menard and Tony Stewart can never do. I got a win on the IMS Oval in an IndyCar. Jesus Christ, I didn't think that was gonna work. I caused that last wreck to cause the caution. I felt bad about that, and I had suspension damage the entire last half of the race. So it's just kind of like I have this moniker I always do. I brought in a moon car and I brought it here too. It was rather bringing back the trophy, the steering wheel. It's either I was gonna win this race or I'm putting in the fence, and luckily we didn't put it in the fence. But I know that I think the Hardy or everybody else that was my teammates, like the Hardy and Brody wrecked. But man, we can't believe we got that win. That was awesome.
That was incredible, Noah. How do you even put together that final lap? Because it looked like you had the run, and Stoltz and Poole kind of got out ahead of you. Were you trying to think about that in turn number 3? How'd you snooker him?
It was essentially, we got on that last lap. I saw that Drayton's blinking around like crazy. I essentially saw that Cole got hung out to dry because everybody was moving around, jockeying for position. I saw they had that outside lane, and I knew that essentially the way these cars work in this track is the same way as NASCAR and plate racing. And my buddy Chris Williams taught me this when I started trying to take plate racing seriously. If you're on the outside line, that's where the run is. So if you always want to be on the outside line, but that entire last like 5 or 10 laps, I was stuck on the inside behind Josh Stoltz, just hoping for something to happen. And then on the last lap, I saw the outside was open, so I had to take it. And when I saw that Andrew Brodsky was behind me, I was like, he better get behind me and push me, because I pushed those guys to a win the first time. And he got behind me. He gave me a big shot on the backstretch, but, everybody's going crazy for it. And then going through 3 and 4, I saw that Josh jumped up high, and I was like, it's coming to the line. I gotta try something. I had that run come out of 4, and I saw that was clear. So immediately I just jumped the wheel towards the wall and just kept it as flat as I could. I think I ended up like door slamming Josh to the finish. That wasn't on purpose. It was just a situation of I'm trying to keep that thing as straight as I can, but I got people behind me pushing me from every direction. But man, I've never yelled that loud over an iRacing event before, but man, I did not think that we were going to win this, especially with this car, having the team chapter 11 with the Menards tribute, with all these bankrupt companies that fall into the wayside due to mega corporations. And man, we got like, oh god, Marsh, Kmart, Circuit City, we got Conseco on here, we got Family Video on here, we got GNC, we got MCI, BlackBerry Technologies, Toys R Us is on here too, and then all these memorial decals, man, like legends that have been a part of this speedway. Danny Gaius, Scott Brayton, Dan Bolden, Brian Clausen, Justin Wilson, Bobby Unser, Bob Jenkins, Robin Miller, and John Andretti. It's like, man, I know it's iRacing, but man, this is really cool to win. And the whole point of this is to go tell that old hack sitting up on top of the pagoda that we need to have a race on Carb Day, because practice in a stupid concert with one headliner that you paid little to nothing for isn't going to cut it on Carb Day. We need Indy Lights cars to show the talent that these drivers have. So bring back the Freedom 100, or expect a riot to occur.
Pop off, sis.
The words of Noah Carmichael do not reflect the views of Racing Nation TV, but go on.
I mean, like every year before the pre-race, you have the stupid propaganda speech on the victory podium to delay the start of the race, and you do this thing. Oh, we got a Roger Penske supporter. Oh
my gosh,
we got a stooge that just hit me. He hates me because I tell the truth. But no, Roger could come up to me. He's like, I thought you were a friend. But bring back.
All right, man, you gotta get us in trouble.
You're gonna get us.
You gotta stop. It's time to stop.
It's time to stop.
No, I do have to ask real quick. How fast was your heart racing when you were going throughout that final restart into the white flag, especially when you guys were coming to the white flag and the caution came out? How high were how high was
how high were you?
Or your how fast was your heart racing?
You got it.
Oh, dude, like Yodi gang, you feel me? High. What is it? High as a hoe. High as a hoe. Something like that. Fucking. Sorry, I didn't.
We weren't gonna get in trouble for the first thing you said.
Man, I'm just doing what I do.
Oh no! I'll tell you what, it's a win. It's a win all around, because while you were on that track laying down those laps, I finally regained custody of the kids. So it's a win all around. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, though.
Yeah, man, what a day! What a day! I've waited 29 years for this. Oh man.
Great job, Noah. That was awesome to see you win.
Thanks. I'm glad I gave you guys a good few quotes for this interview. Hopefully you got. Hopefully you and a certain somebody get media credentials if they don't see this.
Well,
no,
Noah,
those chances are gone, buddy.
If you haven't already gotten us in trouble, thank you. Congratulations on the win. Team Chapter 11 no longer in bankruptcy. Congratulations.
Yeah, you're gonna use the money to get the kids back. I'm gonna use the money to get Marsh and Kmart back in business.
That's fair.
There you go.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you.
Well,
that was a very
our winner.
animated Noah Carmichael. I mean, those are pure emotions. That's what you love to see out of a driver. Man, I'm so happy I was up here in the booth with you guys.
It was.
Well, Joe, I'll let
Likewise.
you pick the next person that we'll talk to.
We're gonna talk to more people here. Who's
We'll
even
talk to 2 or 3
here?
more. We have
Who's
time.
even around anymore? A lot of these guys have signed off for the night. They also don't use their names for their.
Let's talk to Andrew
Thanks.
Brodsky.
Yeah, let's
Andrew,
talk to
you're
Andrew
live on the broadcast. You had a crazy race. You died twice. You lost all your fast repairs. Came to the back twice, 2 or 3 times, I believe. But you were still there in the end. Tell
Yeah.
us about it. You were working with your teammates a bit. At what point was there ever a point in the race that you thought that your chances were over?
Yeah, many times. We were coming to the white flag. That one point, I was like 22nd. There was a crash in the back, and there was no yellow. So I kind of just stopped and was hoping there'd be a caution. Then everyone like imploded on the front stretch. So yeah, that's when I thought my hopes were over. Then I realized when I went through the parking lot that okay, we might have a shot at this. Yeah, we had Cole. I think Fred was up there. Braden was up there. We had a bunch of people up there at the end, so I was really confident that we could probably get something done. Just didn't happen this year, but excited to get the Torque Media Group car up in the top 5. The 2 races I've actually competed in, got 2 top 5, so that's good for our team. And yeah, it was fun. So thanks, Kyle, for putting it on. But yeah, it was a good race, and congrats to Noah. I tried to help him a little bit on that last lap, tried to give him a little shove, but yeah, congrats to him, and he'll enjoy it.
Andrew, you were all over the place tonight. You started off at the front, and then you got involved in the wreck that didn't have a caution.
Yeah.
And then you got all your laps back, and then you got back up to the front. Up and down night for you, but overall, satisfactory night for you with a top 5.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Yeah, the Torque Media car had a lot of speed. We were really able to just go anywhere. When we lined up with our teammates, especially, we had a lot of pace and tried keeping Cole up the front. Yeah, that one crash where there was no yellow for me was just kind of awkward. I was trying to shuffle someone out, and it just didn't work. It was a little too early to make that move. But yeah, I'm happy with the night. Top 5. Some other guys weren't as fortunate, but big shout out to everyone who participated, putting it on. You guys did a great job. Probably watch the broadcast later tonight to see what you guys were talking about. But yeah, hope you guys had fun. Hope it was a good race for everyone watching. And yeah, thanks for putting it on, guys.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. And good run too. Bang.
All right, guys. Well, I think that pretty much concludes us for the
Kyle,
night.
before you do that, though, you have somebody who changed their Discord name to invite me to the broadcast.
Yes.
Do you think you should consider that?
I think we should consider bringing in the runner-up.
I'll consider it.
Josh Stoltz.
Drayton,
No,
I'll let him in.
Oh,
Drayton,
my God.
you changed your Discord name. You lagged out, finished almost last. What do you have to say? And I'll even let you close out the broadcast since you wanted to be in the broadcast booth so bad.
So pretty much, I wanted to make a really good promotion of the Bathurst Challenge.
He's just doing a
I
plug?
wanted to be.
Oh, he lagged out. Oh no.
Oh,
Well, we do have the 62.
thumbs up Drayton's race.
That also changed his name.
I swear we did not do that on purpose.
well, he's gone.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Should we get?
As he was saying, I'll bring up the
I want to make
Bathurst
a
challenge and then
Wait, hello.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey, we got him back.
And my computer crashed again. So I wanted to make a big, wanted to make the big moves and be on the broadcast and promote the Bathurst Challenge. But then my computer blue screen on the starting grid. And so I spent the entire race, many laps down, just trying to get to something. But yeah, my car is badly damaged, but I'll fix it in time to run one of the support races for the 5th annual Bathurst Challenge, December 18th. You can find out more about it on the ASRA Discord at ASR America on Instagram, or at Drayton also on Twitter. I have it pinned on my profile. Thank you.
That was beautiful. That was a good one.
that was beautiful.
Drayton
He's
is-
right. We're
you know,
shipping
Drayton's
all these
beautiful.
cars from Indianapolis to Australia to run a support race in the Bathurst Challenge, taking place on Sunday. If you want to race in it, like Drayton said, go check out ASRA.
That's
wh-
awesome.
What are the thoughts, Kyle? We could get a hold of second place Josh Stoltz if we wanted to, real quick before we round out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
We'll get Josh Stoltz
All right.
and then we can sign her off.
We,
Yeah,
we do have the number 62 that David Cruz saying, number 62, interview me.
That is also a possibility. But we'll go ahead and we'll get Josh Stoltz up in here. He was our second place guy.
Oh, here we go. Josh Stoltz.
Okay.
We're live on Racing Nation TV, and you are second place at the end of the third Freedom 100. That is not too shabby.
Definitely a lot. I don't even remember what position I finished last year. I just remember I didn't finish the race.
Well, this
So,
is a step up
much
then,
improvement.
huh? Yeah, that's a step up. Talk about the end of that race from your perspective, because I thought we were going to have more green white checkers. I'm sure you did too.
I was kind of hoping that last caution wasn't a caution because across the line, and I kind of cried a little bit inside because it would have been probably me and Cole for the battle, but I mean it's still ended up being another one of my good friends battling for the lead. Basically, like, once I got to the lead, my goal was just stay on the bottom as much as I could, because I mean it is pretty hard to pass on the outside. Down the straightaways, when you got someone pushing you, it's a lot easier for the outside guys. But yeah, and then I kind of had to choose one or the other coming to the line out of four, because I knew I was going to get around the 21, but it was either try and stay down with him and hope someone behind me pushes, or knowing Noah had a big run, but I had a feeling even if I moved up to try and defend, he would have just gone even higher up, because even the very outside was open completely, and I'm not just gonna throw haymaker blocks for no reason. So,
Josh, you had a wild night for you. I mean, you started all the way back in 24th. Was there any part of the race where it was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of this track alive, like you couldn't do last year?
I'd say probably the 3 wrecks I drove through like back to back to back, because one of them I don't remember any of the guys that got wrecked in it, but one of them happened literally in front of me. I think I kind of like net coded through it a little bit. The next one happened probably in front of me but I had just enough time to duck it down low. And then I think earlier when I was like towards the back, I drove through drove through from the aftermath of it. So,
Well,
Awesome
that
stuff.
is awesome indeed. Yes, Josh, congratulations on the second place run. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We appreciate the time, and hey, come back next year. You might get it. Who knows?
yeah. Thank you, or thanks to you guys for putting this on. I mean, last year still was pretty fun, even though I didn't finish the race. This year, obviously, for reasons, it was much better because I finished. I will say I know about the Bathurst Challenge. I will be back, or I will be doing that. So,
All right.
I'm signed up for GT3. I don't know if I'm actually going to do GT3, but I'm definitely doing the sport races.
That's what we like to hear.
That's what we like to hear.
Beautiful stuff. All right, Josh.
That's
Well,
what we
thank you
like
for
to hear.
being here.
Thank you. Have a good night.
And scene. Beautiful. So, we're at the end of the road, guys. The Freedom 100 is over, and we've got some results that we can go through quickly. Noah Carmichael, as we mentioned, is your winner. Josh Stoltz, John Poole make up the top 3 at the end of it. Then we've got Jaden Lawson somehow sneaking in for 4th place. Andrew Brodsky, we talked to him. He ended up 5th. He one spot up on Cole Varelick. Look at that go. David Krutz ends up 7th. Brandon Welch in 8th. Frederick Seagraves for CFM Esports ends up 9th. And Spencer Ray from your homeland, Kyle, in Ohio, he is going to be 10th place.
Moving on towards the top 20, Andrew Schlutt takes the 11th spot. Braden Eves, wild night for him, led a lot of laps, will finish 12th. Garrett Kirshner will finish 13th. David Land, another aggressive guy that just was all over the place, finishes 14th. 15th goes to Bobby Blazer, the OG. Aiden Walker finishes 16th. Moonhead Travis Brown finishes 17th. Ethan Harrison 18th. Noah Nadu 19th. And Harley Payne rounds out the top 20.
21st was Nate Stewart, a lap down. All these drivers a lap down. Luke Nupp finished 22nd. James Thurston, 23rd. Krista Hardy and Brody Banta, 24th and 25th. Kyle Tupper, 26th. River Page in 27th. Your pole sitter, Dylan Wylozinski, 28th. Brent Cox in 29th. Drayton Knowles, unfortunately, in 30th. Dudez Castro Neves in 31st. Tristan Moss in 32nd. And finally, Alex Anderson in 33rd. Unable to start the race. It's getting a little, it's been a while. Starting to lose my mind. So
You already lost your mind, buddy.
I already lost it. That was insane. Lastly, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who participated. All the viewers. I think the peak was like 70, 80. But that was pretty good. Honestly, this race was probably the cleanest that it's ever been. The most entertaining, I would say. That was incredible. Can't thank my trusty broadcast team enough. Matt Skipper, Joe Donahue, and the late addition of Chris Aurelio, even though he should have raced.
Yeah, just wrap this whole stream up so you can stop making ad revenue, all right? How about that?
Well, I can't stop the stream without thanking our race director, Benjamin Easterday. Great addition, adding him to this race. It was 100,000% worth of it. This race went so well and so clean, and yeah, thankful for everybody. One last thing you guys want to say?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and thank, on behalf of all of us, B-Blaze Vintage, 47 Technology, Kart Chaser, Offset, and obviously Kyle for putting on the show. There was a lot of great people here watching, racing, commentating. Arguably, Chris Aurelio was here after all. But it was a great time, and, I mean, it just kind of sets the tone for what we can expect next year. I think it's going to be even better, and until that time, at least, we do get to enjoy the fact that Noah Carmichael won this race.
Yeah, guys, this is I'm disappointed that I had to watch from the sidelines on year 1 and year 2, but happy to be here for year number 3. This was awesome being in the broadcast booth with you guys. Do want to give a shout out to where I'm at, Volusia Speedway Park. We are going to be releasing our schedule here soon and starting up the 2023 season with the Sunshine Nationals, and we've got a lot of fun stuff there. But going back to this race, what a clean, exciting, on the edge of your seat type of event. And man, I'm already itching to see what year 4 is going to bring.
Chris, anything?
Sounds good. Congrats.
All right. Well, that'll do it. I'm gonna go play some golf with friends, hopefully, and take a nap. So that'll do it. We will be seeing you in future content, and we will also see you next year for the 4th annual Freedom 100. I wonder what'll be in store. Thank you, and have a good night.